Hello everyone, and welcome back to Kingdoms of Amalur. And today, we are going to be finishing off the Delicate Secret quest. Oops. If I can get not stuck on the terrain. Aha. And then we will be beginning the Teeth of Naros storyline. There we go. Another white palm print. Fun. It seems you found my little hideout here in Melsenshire. It was just a handy location to keep an eye on the war front and the moves of the Tuatha, along with dastardly Gedflow. You surely pulled a stunt back then on the walls when you killed that monstrosity Baylor. That deeply impressed me, I have to admit. Unfortunately, it seems the White Palm are quite intent on finding me. So I had to scatter a few more false trails to get rid of them. And that means you have to go scavenger hunting a little bit longer. Do you remember the Court of Summer in Issa, where we met High King Tutarian? You definitely belong to the few who have explored the vast majority of the Great Fey City. Even there you left your mark. Thank you, Aelin Shear. I'd help if I used the extra. Well, unfortunately, they are still ahead of me at the moment. All the way back to Issa. Holy crap. It's been a while since I've been to Issa.
The maid, convinced of Olane's threat, agreed to free the town. The people offered thanks and praise, and quietly she went her ways. Once the ill were brought to health, and the villain had fallen by, good Olane returned to mortal ground, and gifted them with magic found.
Greetings.
The age of the Fae is drawing to an end. Now is your time. The summer and winter courts of the Winter Fae who followed him called themselves Tuatha, and bore a mark of Prismir upon them. Their power has grown, and yet they are diminished.
What does the talent require?
It seems the news about the war being over has yet to reach the ears of the Fae. Hello. The best place to hide a secret message is in rather unexpected places, wouldn't you agree? It appears that the henchmen of the White Palm are still after that special piece of mine, which I want to see in your hands only. I'm actually surprised how stubborn they are. It seems there is no way to avoid this. Take the Shadow Walk to Denistar. You will find my hideout there. From there, I was watching you while you worked on worked as Ventrinio's assistant on that damn Well of Souls. This really brings back some mixed feelings. Anyway, look for a well and descend into the cave. In case of any White Palm assassins beat you to it, rid yourself of them. I know you're up to the task. It seems they do not know when to stop for their own good. Take care. I'm counting on you. Aelin Shear.
Yes, that's it.
Yeah, Ventrinio. I will admit Ventrinio probably needed to die. boy. Well then. Looks like these people gotta die.
You're asking for it.
Small letter from Aelin Shear. Back where it all began, aren't we? Perhaps you never figured it out, but do not remember. But this very hideout on Denistar, I facilitated your infiltration mission into Alabastra. How times have changed, how you have changed, and if I'm being honest, for the better. I'd never have guessed you'd be the one to save the world in the end, and now you saved me too. Actually, you saved me from the embarrassment of having forgotten my armor in my den. Yes, you know it's nothing important or secret, but I really, really did not want it in the hands of those White Palm scum. You're the only one I trust to handle this delicate piece with the right amount of delicacy. And I know you always liked my gear for reasons. So as a kind of intimate reward, just keep it as a memento of me in the olden times. Do what you fancy, it's yours now. Maybe, until we meet again somewhere, sometime. That would be nice. Yours, Aelin Shear. Aelin Shear's armor. Huh. Yeah, requires 39 finesse. I don't have 39 finesse. Yep, I'll just store this. Alright then, let's get out of here. Dang it. There we go.
You're finished. You're finished.
Anyone else? No? Okay. Alright then. Alright then. That was fun, I will admit. Anywho, onward to the teeth of Naros. And actually, real quick, let's go ahead and get all my gear repaired.
can't stop now. It's good to keep working. It reminds me that I'm still alive. That you saved him. Keep safe.
All right then. Do. And away we go.
Don't bother me.
So, you must be the infamous Halleck that I've heard about. I got your letter.
Finally, we found the last person we need after all. I'm Halleck Cross. I'm leading an expedition to the land south of Dalantarth, the teeth of Naros, and we could use another strong back.
Really? Tell me, how much do you know about the teeth?
Few facts. The only record of a successful journey there was by an Almain missionary named Denric, returned half dead and maddened to hell. He claimed the southern land as home to a miraculous city, wrought of gold and trimmed with silver. Even said it floated above the earth, if you can believe it.
I can,
It's
actually.
hard country. Damn impossible to find a pass in the mountains. But if I'm right, this cavern will take us under them.
Why exactly do you need me for this?
Because Denric wrote of more than wealth. Tales of giant men, tall as houses, that slaughter any who approach. It took weeks even to convince Cash and Sverri to join me. With a fourth, we can take a bigger haul without sharing too much of it.
Oh, so in other words, this is about greed. Cool. And you believe a madman?
Denric was crazed, but I don't hold him a liar. I can overlook some bogeyman's tales if there's riches to be had. Can you?
Alright. I'll go with you, but I'm not going for the money. Let it be clear. I'm going because I have my own reasons for doing this.
Then we only need to begin. I've seen to all the logistics, and all the preparations for the journey. Meet us in the Southern Passage. Let's try to cover as much ground as we can.
Alright then.
Stay close.
Oh, here we are. Mitharan Dreadscale boots. Alright, into the teeth we go.
The time of deliverance is almost nigh. The teeth of Naros have gone untamed since the rocks were young, since the wind was but a child. And now, my chosen people stand on the precipice of taming this land, or succumbing to it. I thought once that none could change the stars of this world. But at last, one has come who can. Come, thou faithless one, I beckon thee.
The heck was that? Little in the way of food and water left. I'm licking rocks for what gritty moisture kisses their face and eating what lichens I can pry off the rocks. Bitter at first, but how after a few they begin very much to taste like, how should I put it? Ugh.
Don't follow me.
What the hell is that thing?
What is it?
This body appears to resemble stone, but on closer inspection it is flesh and blood. It appears to have died in some violent manner. The trappings on it are of an unknown make. Very Roman-esque, if I...
This. What is it? It looks like it's made of stone. But this stain. This is blood. This thing is flesh. I'm not going to stick around and find out what killed this thing. This whole damn place is cursed. Be gone.
Damn craven. Don't know what Cash was getting so worked up for. Just a statue somebody toppled over and got all bloody. Let the mage run to his mother. We don't need him.
Are you certain of that?
We don't even know if it was a corpse. Could have been a statue that an Eton decorated with some entrails or something. I can't believe that. Wait a moment. I don't like the look of this hallway up ahead. This
Agreed.
is Sperry's area of expertise. Let her take the lead here. What was that? First the mage turns coward, then Sperry dies doing the one thing she's supposed to be suited for. Is this some sort of joke? What's next? Are you going to reveal you're really just a kobold with a bad case of mange? Clearly, I should be more thorough when recruiting my expeditions. Fine. Let's just keep moving. We'll manage on our own from here. Sverry's got a fairly good head on her shoulders. She's only got eyes for gold. But there's plenty for all on this trip. When it comes to navigating ruins, there's no one I trust more. Come, we must... Those things. I've never seen anything like them. I heard of the dangers of the southern land, but are the gods themselves conspiring against us?
That could very well be the case.
Stay close. Hold on a moment. One of those damn beasts hit me worse than I thought. I think I need to rest for a while. Here, I'm going to wait here. Scout the passage ahead, and see if you can find a place to make camp.
Will you be okay?
Will you stop fussing over me? It's not doing either of us any good for you to stay here. We need to find some place to make camp.
Here, take this.
I'll take it, but I'll wait until I really need to use it. Be ashamed to waste the thing, wouldn't it? Now get going. I need to rest. Discover what you can, and come back to me. I'll be fine. Get going.
Thought of going to thank the Etten that drove me into this cave. It's quite spacious in here, though I've been in long enough that I am unsure that I can find a way back out again. I've had a good go of chasing what lamplights I can see. They wouldn't steer me wrong, would they? Of course not. It's so dark in this place. Like night, once it's been boiled down and poured over pitch, light is good, though. It's warm and tells me where to go. Left leg isn't looking so good, but it drags rather well. Who in the blazes put a cliff in the middle of this place? Had no conception of the structure from the start, it seems to me. Poor savages, whoever they were, probably had to stand on chairs to get anything done in this place. Whoa. Well, crap. Ow. Ow. Leg is pretty much useless for walking now, but what sights could Mitharu have left a glorious temple such as this? Ceilings so high they cannot be seen, a statue of a strange sort that I could not understand it. I even cannot describe what I have seen in the views beyond this chamber. But for a fleeting moment I have seen true glory, a city of such shimmering beauty that I cannot find its like in anything I have seen before. Mitharu could never be contented with a city on a hill, while this one gently floats upon nothing, lording over the earthly dominions below. And what else but its inhabitants? At first I thought the statues moved, and walked and perhaps even spoke, but I was far and hidden and could not hear. They were giant, as tall as 2 men, and fierce besides. They had the strength of a Jotun, and such speed, a terrible fate awaits those that give them cause to malice. If this was a true report or merely a vision brought to me by my god, I could not tell. But I must spread the word of this discovery. The world must know of this strange Southland, of giants and cities built upon stones that are not there. Holy.
And so, after centuries, it has come to pass. The cipher has reached thy hands, Second. At last, my work can be completed.
Who are you?
One who watched and waited. for decades and centuries and eons, and all for this day, when thou wouldst come before me. I have read the fates of this world to find thee, unfated one. Many and long have been thy trials thus far, but there is yet another challenge thou must face. Mine.
Okay, quick question. If I don't have a fate, as a matter of fact, if fate doesn't exist anymore, how could this meeting be fated then?
Since the inception of my labors, I have always known that their fulfillment would require fate to be unbound. Such is the paradox of faith. The tapestry of fate offers no allowance for such events. Only an unfated being could complete the work I had started. So I waited, in despair and hope. And then thou came to pass. I needed thy nature, and it was created, though I had no hand in it. I see that as fate, in a way.
So in other words, yeah, you blindly hoped. And things just kind of happened to work around that. Alright. I can buy that, actually. What do you need me to do?
To continue thy path through the tapestry of fate and perpetuate its sundering, I will open the way to the teeth of Naros. Seek the Primos, and thy duty will be made clear in time. Go now with my blessing. Go now with my purpose. For thou art beckoned. That which was ordained must be undone.
Beckoned, you accepted the challenge of a mysterious voice to bear a strange artifact into a hostile land and realize her will by changing the course of fate. Plus 10% damage while in reckoning mode. Holy.
First we have an army of Jotun at our gates, and now this. I don't know you, little one, but you'll find no quarter here. This is still Colossi-held territory for the moment. State your intent.
Okay. Who or what are you? if you don't mind my asking.
You barge into these lands, and yet you do not know who holds them? I am. My people are Colossi. For years we have held these lands as the hallowed grounds of our gods. We are stone and flesh, sword and faith.
Oh, interesting. Well, regardless, I have no interest in attacking your people.
Everything does harm in these lands. I do not know you, so why should I take you at your word? Furthermore, none have come from those caverns since they were sealed, save you. How is it you came here?
About those caverns.
It is a road that has gone otherwise unwalked since it was sealed. How did you walk this path?
I was invited, hilariously enough, by some strange entity.
Strange entity. A curious riddle, but one that must be solved later. It seems the Jotun have rallied their strength. Steel yourself. Justice
I'm not
That
surprised.
was well fought, little friend. You have a strength in your arms that belies their lack of girth. Perhaps you are not the interloper I believed you to be. You claim to have been summoned. But for what purpose?
I must seek the Primos and change fate, if you can believe it.
What strange forces brought you here? You speak of the Holy King of my people. And that artifact you bear. Could it be the cipher? Your mission is twice damned already. The Primos is a recluse. But more immediate than that is the Jotun horde. Idylla is sealed off as long as they continue plaguing my people.
Okay. First of all, tell me about Idylla.
It is the city you see floating in the sky over this land of savages and dangers. It is my people's greatest accomplishment and failure. I cannot speak more of it to an outsider. Forgive me.
Fair enough. Tell me, what exactly is this cipher?
A relic of great importance to those of my people that carry the faith. I thought it was just a myth, but one who carries the cipher is much loved by the gods. So the sages of my race say. A blessing as much as a curse.
Huh. A recluse, you say?
Yes, hiding away in his high tower and pining for gods that will never listen to him.
Never listen to him. That's an interesting way of putting that.
The Primos is the highest office among the Colossi, reserved for the one that leads my people in politics and prayer. At least that is how things should be. But Anakatos, the latest to have this authority, has not lived up to his duties. Our people are stranded in a wild land, in a time of our greatest doubt, and he locks himself away from us. Our ruler leaves us leaderless.
Alright then. If I can help, would that allow me to meet the Primos?
The Jotun are led by Karunk, a warlord that reigns over his horde from his ramshackle tower. One of my scouts, Remy's, watches them now. He can offer you advice on fighting the warlord. And if you can kill Karunk, I will lead you to the Primos myself.
Interesting. Tell me about this Karunk.
The warlord is cruelty incarnate. He has transformed the memory of my people's leadership into that of slavery, as if we possess such barbarity. He makes camp in the barbarous tower you see in the distance. He must be killed if this is to end.
Fair enough.
Bring word to the city. They
Many
will need to
greetings,
know about the Jotun and this.
You gotta admit, that is really cool. Crude Mithoran Prismere Greatsword. Oh, cool. Greetings, Remy's.
Ah, what a horrid little thing you are. Are you some kind of Jotun runt? Explain yourself quickly. The last thing I want is to give away my position.
Perfectly understandable. Secundra wants, Karunk dead.
That much I was aware of, and I knew Secundra would send someone. But you? A sign of the times, to be sure, but if you're to do the deed, then I have information that you will need.
Oh? What can you tell me?
Karunk is truly powerful, but no more so than his brethren. It is not his strength that's troubling, it is fortitude. 2 kobolds he keeps with him work some strange magics that heal his wounds and help him resist injury. Kill them, and the fight is yours. Using primal magic would certainly help as well.
Primal magic?
Strange thing, aren't you? Primal magic is a magic imbued upon weapons and gems. Only armament can channel it. The magic does some damage on its own, but its true strength is its ability to augment other magics you cast on your foe to a devastating degree. Take this weapon. Use it to inflict primal magic on a foe, and let loose your spells. Even a Jotun warlord could not withstand such an onslaught. Very well, little one.
Gotta say, I'm not impressed. Dang, these daggers are insanely long. Hello, what do we have in here? Oh, poor people. Resistance to melee, critical hit damage with melee, poison damage. Shocking longbow. Really? That's... I'm going to keep this for now. This one can go away. Hammer of Ferocity. There we go. Karunk's Tower. Peekaboo! Oh, really? Physical, 47 piercing. Oh, that's why it's getting extra lightning damage. Dang, these things are freaking short swords. Ow. Interesting. Here we go. There we go. Alright, here we go. Let's continue on. Great Sword of Precision. Ow. Ow. Krunk's Tower Peak. Ow. Ow. Have a hammer to the face. Eye of Lupoku. 43 finesse. Interesting. Athene's Tear. Hi there. So, the guy's dead.
I had heard. From Remy's, I received word that one such as you entered Krunk's Tower with no trepidation, no anxiety. Do I even have to ask? Does the war chief still draw breath?
No, he's dead. He's very, very, very dead.
It was said the gods would call their champion. And here you are, bearing the cipher, seeking the Primos. For your role in deposing the warlord, I give you this. A hammer prized among the Jotun, so I'm told. Use it as your trophy. Now my forces can put the rest of the Jotun to the spear beckoned.
The Naros Fang. Tell me, what exactly does it mean to be beckoned?
Before this day, I thought it was just a myth. A lie my people told ourselves to make our sins more bearable. The beckoned is a deliverer. The beckoned speaks for the gods. The beckoned is their messenger, their conduit. What is the beckoned? One who carries the cipher, the icon of the gods. One who faces the troubles of my people without hesitancy. The beckoned is you.
Are the Jotun still a threat?
With their leader dead, they will likely keep to themselves and lose the will to harry my people as they have. I will wager that they won't suffer incursions into their camp, for good or ill. But still, they have caused my people suffering. Shall we wait and allow them to inevitably rise again? This is our best opportunity to finish them.
On the one hand, I can't deny what they have done. On the other, I can't really condone my sensibilities as a person, cannot really condone the wholesale extermination of a population. Regardless of what you think of the Jotun, at the end of the day, there are innocents amongst them, even if they aren't many.
I owe you much for killing Karunk Beckoned, so I will do as you say. I only hope you do not reap bitter fruit from your generosity. Now I will take you to the Henge, and then to the Primos, as I promised.
The Henge?
An artifact my people made. With the city in the sky, we knew we needed a way to travel from the Teeth and back. The energies it focuses are the same as those that keep the city aloft. They can levitate people and objects safely.
Huh. Interesting.
Be cautious in these lands. Here, Beckoned. This artifact you see before us is a henge. We use it to transport to the city. It may be uncomfortable at first. I still recall retching after my first journey with it. But it is the only way into the city.
Very well.
Be cautious in these lands.
This henge allows you to travel to Idylla, the city above the Teeth of Naros. Haha.
And here you have it, Idylla, our great failing. Now let us go to Anakatos. He may hide from our people's needs, but he will not refuse a visitor sent from Athene.
Who is Athene?
The goddess of wisdom was our patron. Though my people worship all the Titans, they hold Athene as our personal guardian. Gods do not look to us or listen to us. What manner of patron neglects their charge, leaves their wards to the wilderness?
Yeah. May I ask, why does he hide?
The gods choose the Primos to lead we Colossi, and to enact their will. Of the gods, we are the favored of Athene, the goddess of wisdom. Or we were. Athene's once common words have been quiet for some time. The Primos has prayed in isolation for years, but she does not answer. Be cautious in these lands.
Please, just let me past. I will only be gone for a short while.
You know why you cannot leave. Without you, the city could never be completed. You cannot keep me here against my will. I'm not some animal.
You know it is far too dangerous for you to leave.
My business in the teeth of Naros is no concern of yours. Others may come and go as they please. I demand the same respect.
No, Passator. It is not safe out there.
What is it? Unless you can somehow convince the guards to let me leave the city, you're only wasting my time. I'm sorry. It just makes you a little crazed, you see. Being locked inside this city like a penned animal. All I want is to leave for a short time to travel to the Warren and check on my wife, Galatea. But I cannot leave.
Your wife is in the Warren?
I did not choose to leave her, Beckoned. I wanted her to come with me. But she can be difficult to move to action sometimes. But I cannot retrieve her now, for I am one of the city's finest masons. The guard are under orders not to let me leave, so I do not die. All I want to know is that she is unharmed. But I've done so well for this city that I am forbidden from departing.
Would you like me to bring her back?
Well, you can certainly try. But Galatea is stubborn as stone.
Well, in any case, I could go check on her if nothing else.
Would you truly, Beckon? That is something. At least I will be certain that she is unharmed. I left her in the ruins of the Warren, the city's old quarry. You should search there for her.
Of course.
Please find my wife.
Mind your step here, Beckoned. I wouldn't want the Colosse's failure to claim any more lives than it already has.
May I ask why there's a pit in the city?
It is not here by choice. Or our choice, anyways. Such questions would be better suited for the Primos. Suffice it to say that this was made in anticipation of something that never occurred. Be cautious in these lands.
You must be the best.
Beyond these stairs is the sanctuary of the Primos, the leader of the Colossi people in the teeth of Naros. I must warn you, Onakatos has not left these quarters in years. He vowed to never cease his prayers until the gods answered them. And his people have languished for it. But I think his answer has finally arrived. Speak to him, Beckoned. His people have need of him.
I agree. Do you have any advice I could use?
After years in his sanctum, I doubt he is the Primos I once knew. But though we all languish in the god's absence, none suffer as he does. He will likely see you as the answer to his prayers. Be cautious in these lands.
That's a way to do that. Lord Onakatos.
And though the path be fraught with tribulation, know that it leads to the land of our greatness, and that we walk it with you. Such were the words the gods spoke to the progenitor of my race when they sought to guide us from our base origins into a fruition of potential. The words have been in my heart every day of my reign, but now they are embodied. Welcome, Beckoned. At last, this city will be complete.
How is this city incomplete, if you don't mind my asking?
Because we are all of us, my whole people, incomplete. Because we are not worthy enough, not deserving enough to see such wonders of the gods. And I thought that failure was a finality. I have prayed to the gods in seclusion in hopes of an answer. But they were as quiet as the silent choir. Now the beckoned is come. With you, the gods can bear witness to us atoning for our inadequacies. We must start at once, beginning with the wreath of absolution.
The what?
Something no Primos would ever wish to wear. They are only made in times of great need, when we must prove to the gods our devotion.
Okay, what do I need to do?
The Wreath of Absolution can only be created from the hands guided by Athene. I must ask you to assemble it. First, a golden prayer circlet is needed to serve as its base. The art of crafting one is all but lost to us, but I require one all the same. The last Primos to wear a Wreath of Absolution, Arcades, is buried with one such circlet. Secandra led you to me, did she not? Then she will lead you to the circlet. We are so close now.
Do.
Greetings, Secandra.
You return. Well, the Primos has not graced the ears of his subjects in ages. What has he said to you?
You're gonna hate this. Apparently, I need the Circlet of Arches.
The Circlet of Arches. And Anakatos expects me to lead you to it? Has his reclusion left him senseless? Has he forgotten his history as well as his people? Very well. As I cannot refuse the Primos, I will meet you in the crypts, in the undersewers of the city. Let us deal with this as quickly as possible.
So tell me about this Arches.
I've had chances to speak of Arches before, but it is not fitting for me to discuss him. Not now. You are the first to hear his voice in some time. I almost thought he would join his acolytes in their silent pact, but his prolonged absence from his people has taken its toll on his judgment. Does the crypt of Arches have no sanctity to him? Be cautious in these lands.
You must be the best.
I almost did not see you. And it would seem that the deliverer of my people has found me at last. Many honored greetings to you, Beckoned. If you would, I have more than pleasantries to discuss. Like many, I seek your prowess.
Oh? And what could I do for you?
A culling. Though the Colossi are a people of faith, more and more of us are reverting to the savage ways of our ancestors. The lowest of these doubters become marauders, bloodthirsty and violent, capable of nothing but wrath. They must be purged.
I am so sorry for this. I'll deal with them.
I thank you. It is high time we bring their savagery to an end. Each marauder should carry a totem of some sort. Bring those to me as proof of your deeds.
Where can I find these marauders?
They roam the lands below the city. I do not doubt that you will find them if you seek them out in the wilds.
Ooh, and a quest board. Reports have come in that a troll cub was raised with the city by mistake years before, and it has grown into a mighty silverback troll. A bounty will be paid to whoever brings the beast down. A surveyor has gone missing in the sewers. She has been sent to write a report on the current strength of the city's foundations. We need someone to find her, and if the worst has happened, deliver her report to Pinadike. Several heirlooms have gone missing from Colossi households, likely the work of thieving sprites. The items are stashed somewhere in the depths of the sewer system. Cool. Let's head into the market real quick.
I can help repair your equipment. Return to me if your equipment requires repair.
Indeed. Thank you.
Farewell.
Welcome to the Idylla Market, Beckon.
I don't need that. Divine Signet. I don't need that item. Ring of Judgments. I don't need that. Soul Stone. I don't need that. Or that. Phylactery. Fulman Ring. Scarwood bark. I need that I need that for later.
Can I interest you in a freshly honed weapon? I hope you enjoy our fair city.
The life of the beckoned must be strenuous. Perhaps an elixir would help.
Indeed. Another backpack. Yes.
My potions cure all wounds. Can I interest you in some armor? Take heed in these lands, Becca.
Yeah, I figured
The
nothing.
Jotun, trolls, and Terex will not spare. With my armor, you have nothing to fear. The
finest magical... I am sure you shall find...
Hemorrhaging, thunder, invigorating, shielded, gem of attenuation. Gem of mystic sonority.
Find something in my stock to your liking, Beckon. I will be here if you need.
Alright then. Now then. Onward into the sewers. Holy crap. I do like that they made this area very distinct from everything else. Ow.
We thought the gods had brought us here to show their compassion, but all we have known are tragedies.
Wind Carver. Average speed. It's not bad, actually.
Yes?
Ah, okay. Not bad. Not a bad looking design, I gotta say. Eastern Hinge. Alright, so I need to continue down this way. And actually, give me back my greatsword. Oh, hi. Also, daggnabbit, I forgot to go visit a healer on my way here. Oh well. Under sewers.
I hear you. Come. If Anakatos wishes us to retrieve this circlet, we will do it quickly. I wish to be done with this. Be cautious in these lands. Keep close. There are worse things than marauders in these...
Pendant of Unbridled Rage.
Lower tunnels. They have lurked these walls for decades, raised along with the city years ago. There. That is the artifact you see. The circlet of Arcades. By taking it, Arce's grave becomes an empty tomb. Let us depart. Anakatos has had his fun with me, and there is nothing left to plunder.
May I ask why you're so angry about this? Because I'm getting the sense that this is very much a cultural faux pas.
It is nothing I can share with you, Beckon. It is not worth your time.
I beg to differ.
I always thought that were I to come to Arceus' crypt, it would be because of the work of gods alone. And here I am, by the will of none but Anakatos, flesh and blood. I cannot! I will not! Even after all these years, he has not forgotten his brand of viciousness. He knows I must obey his command. I apologize for my outbursts. However, it can be hard to let convictions go. But we must. We must.
So what now?
Take the circlet back to Anakatos. He is most likely waiting for you. Be cautious in these lands. No one comes down here anymore. It is left to ruin, for the Colossi have no more need of these halls, or those interred within them. How many years did our masons toil to assemble this place? And look at it now. How easily we discard the labors of our past.
Yeah. That is definitely a thing. Oof.
serve the Primos?
We thought the gods had brought us here to show compassion. How long must we have tested?
Dang it, I missed. You were saying? Sky Mason's robes. Arm guard chaussas. While suitable greaves for a human or Alfar, these were actually meant to be arm guards for a Colossi warrior. Either way, they do the job. Interesting. I should still have plenty. Interesting. Ah, bunch of rats. Oh, cool. Helps with getting around. Here we are. Oh, hi. Ah, okay. Alright. Let's take this hinge to the eastern hinge, okay. All right.
Beckoned? It seems my preconceptions were off. But I still need your divine aid. The plague spreads.
What plague?
I have worked on this city for all my lifetime. The sewers that run below it are my masterpiece. But this work of art is besmirched by rats. These foul vermin run rampant in my catacombs, tainting it with their fetid presence. Try as I might, I cannot best the scourge. But you, Beckett, your divine intervention is needed.
I'll do what I can.
I have pinpointed a much-traveled route used by the rats, and seeded it with traps that can be activated on command. Find the levers that activate those traps. They've been placed on a ledge overlooking the route. When you see the rats pass below, simply pull the levers as they approach the traps. Slay the filthy vermin.
Interesting.
I wish you well. Many greetings.
I almost did not see you.
Don't worry.
I'm afraid there is not much to see in the living quarters, except the recuperation of the weary. It knew better days, I think. The current master, Stratton, can keep the people entertained, but not musing. I've seen the bulk of his works. They are often pretentious and bloody. I enjoyed Andronikos' satires myself. It is a place of respite, or a monument to the god of boredom. Count the columns, or the straws in the bed if you need something to do. Or, better yet, get out of here. I am a frequent patron of the theater, but I grow tired of Stratton's work. When will Irina produce something? Be safe. These lands are hardly his.
I expected the beacon would arrive sooner or later.
Many greetings. Stranger.
All are welcome to use the beds here in the living quarters. Tread cautiously in our land, my friend.
Ah, gotcha. Oh look, another quest for me to do.
Ah, the famed beckoned comes to me at last. Admittedly, my request might be the smallest you will hear, but I wish to voice it nonetheless.
Oh, what do you need?
To preserve the past. All around us is the great chisel and hammer of progress, keen on dragging my people towards enlightenment. But such progress means nothing without context. I wish for someone who can find artifacts of my ancestors, reminders of our simpler times.
Alright, fair enough.
Very good. I'll reward you for any artifacts you can find, but larger artifacts will do well for both of us. I await your findings. Good luck in your search.
Alright. There's a healer.
You must be the better.
Indeed.
Have you seen the rather small creature that entered the city? They say it is the beckoned.
Surely you jest. How could one of that size herald the power of Athene?
It is true. Secundra has verified
are the
firsthand
Have
that
you
the
come
creature
seeking
wields
debate?
tremendous power.
Power, but not absolute power. Not a confirmation of divinity. We shall see. Are you in need of medical assistance? I know the healing arts.
Thank you.
Be careful if you choose to debate.
You must be the beckoned. I must say that you are the most peculiar specimen I have ever glimpsed. Your fate. I cannot think that I have been blinded, but you are the only flaw in my gaze. The first of many failures. I have seen the portents of the future, and the old Primos wears the garb we all will be shrouded in. Would that I could unsee some things.
What do you think of our humble academy, chosen one? Could I perhaps convince you to debate one of my prodigies? Surely the beckoned of Athene would be a worthy lecturer.
May I ask what this place is before I do so?
I despair that the Lycaeus has passed under the awareness of one so blessed. Our academy is the center of conversation for philosophy and theology in Idylla. Would you be opposed to joining us for a dialogue or two? It would be an honor.
May I ask as to why you're all armed?
The spears, you mean. They are for the debate.
Okay.
Wonderful. With the hard times about us, I worry that our long-kept traditions will eventually be lost to the school's infamous ways. Your involvement is sure to spark interest in the Lycaeus once again. Now, let us begin. In your first debate, you face Thais, one of my most promising students. Study hard. You are the beckoned. Have you come seeking debate?
Greetings, Thais. I am told that I am to debate you?
Greetings, Beckon. I take it that Onisimos wishes me to go through with this debate? Very well. You are? Then, I will begin. I mean, here is the topic of discussion. A torrential storm sweeps a youngling and a full-grown colossi into the flow of a river. A big one. A river, I mean. Now, there is only time to save one. Which should one choose to save?
I would save the child. No one knows what the future may bring, and the child may very well be the key to the next crisis. The key to solving the next crisis.
You would choose to spare the potential for strength over the certainty of it. That's a stance few might stand by. Very well, let us begin the debate. Let us prepare.
Huh!
Then, here we go. Here is my new thesis. smashed him senseless, Beckham.
May I ask what the meaning of this is?
Why, this is the form all debates take here at the Lycaeus. Opening statements are made, and combat determines the victor. I am unsure what else you were expecting. That said, will you allow others to challenge you? You appear to be quite skilled.
Interesting. This is actually a very interesting way for debates to be. I approve. I like this idea. I'ma come back to this.
Study hard.
Is that Thace? No, it is not. Where is Thace? Oh, there he is.
Well, that was a debate well fought, Beckon. I had no idea one so small could be so ferocious. I lost consciousness for many moments after you struck me.
Indeed. And you debated quite well myself. You debate. I promise I can speak. You debated quite well yourself.
Goodbye.
Greetings, Beckon. Are you here to debate?
I gotta say, that's a very interesting way to debate people. Just beat the living hell out of each other. That's funny to me. Marauder totems. Find and kill the stowaway. Relics to the Temple of Lyria. Oh. Yep. Collect Colossi artifacts, okay.
You bear the circlet of Arcase. Then the wreath is almost complete. The foundation is gold with runes of prayer, as I said. Now, it must be woven with blood and toil. The Colossi furnish the foundation and nature furnishes the trappings. The laurels of the wreath are not crafted, but earned. We seek Terex veins. Once they are ours, once the wreath is complete, the ritual of atonement can begin.
We're making this from a Terex?
I take it you have encountered a Terex before. Likely the mongrel, carrion-eating scavengers that plague us. They are a common foe. We seek the veins of the Alpha Terex. They are fierce and proud. All that is wild and savage in nature. To prove to the gods the righteousness of our faith, and we must conquer a mighty foe. They will serve.
Fair enough. Where do I find this Alpha Terex?
The gods sent you to bear witness to our atonement. To do that, we must complete the Wreath of Absolution. The wreath is made from the large feathers, the veins of the Terex Alphas. They live in Eris to the south. The end of this awaits.
Interesting. Alright, well. There's Sakandra. Let's go ahead and do that debate quest.
You must be the Beckon.
Indeed. Casino.
And the beckoned arrives at last. You debate very well, Beckoned, for one who lacks the disposition of a colossi. You ready for another?
Indeed.
Speak to Sisters. He is eager to debate with you.
Sisters? Interesting.
Study hard, Beckoned.
Is it my turn to challenge you, Beckoned? I am eager to test you, and myself.
Indeed, I am here for your debate.
I am glad. Tell me, what is the most effective display of strength in the following scenario? On a trip across a vast desert, you and a companion encounter a boulder. It is an airborne boulder, and it crushes your friend. He tells you, "Leave me, Beckoned. Even were you to lift this boulder from off my battered body, I would be but half a colossi." What would the strong do?
Ooh, that is interesting. That is very interesting. Even were you to lift this boulder from my battered body, I would be but half a colossi. What would you do? That is actually an interesting scenario to put before me. Oh, that's difficult. Let him die an honorable death. As a warrior, I am very much aware that there is no such... Well, let me rephrase that. I am not of the opinion that there is such a thing as an honorable death. I should rephrase that, and I am going to. I do not believe that there is such a thing as an honorable death, so I'm not going to choose that one. Do I show mercy and crush him? If he can survive, if my friend is able to survive, no, I will not show mercy and crush him. I would remove the boulder. Because half of a colossi is better than no colossi, in my opinion.
You would save him? Beckoned, you fight like a colossi, but you certainly do not think like one. Where would he be with his body obliterated? He would be half a man, and half a man can never be whole. His friends and family would pity him, shun him. I will best you in this debate, Beckoned. I must. Prepare yourself. Shall we test the proposition? It would appear that my long hours of study have been beneficial. When I heard I would fight the Beckoned, I thought I might die. Thank you for the debate, Beckoned.
And thank you for putting such an interesting proposition before me. I will admit I had not thought of that particular scenario.
I hope you enjoy the rest of my... You are much smaller.
An absolutely scintillating debate, Beckon. Sisters didn't stand a chance. Are you ready for another? Find my disciple Zeno when you are. He wishes to challenge you. Speak to Zeno. He wishes to test his intellect against yours. Study hard.
Tell me, Zeno.
You are the beckoned? I wish to challenge you. Sister Symphace are worthy opponents. That you have debated them is impressive indeed. Especially for one so short.
Short though I may be, by your definition, I am actually quite skilled. And impressively strong.
You are one of the greatest debaters I have ever seen, Beckoned. I hope I present a worthy challenge. My query for you is simple. What makes a war worth fighting?
Ooh. Ooh, that is... I like this one. What makes a war worth fighting? Healthy disposition is certainly helpful, but I would not give it a... I would not consider that a war worth fighting. Rough chance of success? I mean, yeah. I mean, living on the edge is certainly a thing, don't get me wrong. But again, I do not think that that is a war worth fighting. I would rather fight for a just cause and lose than simply be on... Than simply, even if that cause is... Even if that cause has the better chance of emerging the victor, I would prefer to pick the just cause.
That is a suitable response, if a bit subjective. I am of the belief that nothing makes war more worth fighting than a worthy opponent, such as yourself. Prepare yourself for debate. Prepare yourself.
I could see that.
Shall we make our cases? I will demonstrate my veracity. My logic was made clear. You are a powerful debater. As expected of the beckoned, I suppose. I wish you luck in future debates, but I doubt you'll need it.
And I thank you for putting for putting the scenario in front of me. You too are an incredibly fast debater.
If you have wounds to tend to, others can assist.
Zeno's argument was hastily prepared drivel next to your well-constructed thesis. Fine, an older disciple, wishes to debate with you.
Fine.
Study hard. You are the beckoned.
Oops. I went the wrong way. I probably should have, continued the quest. That would be beneficial.
Zeno's argument was Fine, an older disciple, wishes to debate with you. Speak to Fine. She is my eldest disciple, very powerful and wise. A true challenge awaits you. Study hard. You are the best.
You've defeated many of Master Onisimos' students, Beckoned. I am the oldest, the most powerful. Prepare yourself to face the Master's most gifted student.
By all means, put forth your situation.
Excellent. You've done well thus far, but I have another query to test you. Does might make right?
No. Power and morality are two wildly different things. And one cannot base the term of right with one's own unique strength.
That is an intriguing point, but it runs counter to the core of Colossi values. Our culture hinges on the belief that strength is given by the gods to those with the virtue to wield it. Let us debate the issue. My virtue shall prove that you are wrong. Prepare yourself. I am eager to support my claims.
Oh, crap.
Prepare for my conclusion. Prepare for my conclusion. You have fought very well, Beckoned. I shall learn much from your style of argument. I wish you luck in your endeavors, Beckoned.
You are much smaller.
Beckon, welcome back. Have you been enjoying your debates?
Indeed. I believe all of your disciples have been defeated, unfortunately.
Indeed. You have defeated all of my students, Beckon. The issue I pose to you is this, brought to my mind by your overwhelming strength. Can those with absolute power, such as yourself, have courage? If one enters battle with victory all but assured, can one also be called brave?
Interesting. That is an interesting proposition. Can those with absolute power have courage? Because if one enters battle with victory all but assured, can they also be called brave? That is a very interesting thing to put. That is a very interesting thought process to put forward. I do not believe so. Well, actually, let me put forward this argument. victory, no matter how likely it is never a certainty. Especially with fate, removed from the picture. The only reason why I have quote-unquote absolute power is because I take absolute and turn it and remove absolute. I am simply a person with power. His proposition, his point is definitely... His question is absolutely is not an insult, and I can definitely tell. So I don't think he's calling me a coward here. And he's certainly not, and I don't think he is envious of me because he believes, because, Colossi with power and all that. I think he's putting forth the question honestly in this particular instance. Can one be called brave if they have absolute power? And my answer to that is yes, because power is never absolute. At least in my mind, it isn't.
You have proven differently here at the Lycaeus. Very well. Let us debate. Prepare yourself.
I am tempted to let him win. I wonder. Give me 1 second, everybody. Stay. Okay. Alright, one second everybody as I look this quest up. School of Hard Knocks. Hello. Hmm. Okay. Okay. Oi. Ow.
Brace yourself. Here is my evidence. Your merit will not save you.
Actually, I'm going to ask this question. Interesting.
Your merit will not save you. You have my underlying gratitude
for participating in our competitions. Please take this as a token of my appreciation. Word of your scintillating lectures is sure to bring attention to our school. Already there are more spectators in the Lycaeus than there have been in years. Your thoughts guard you well in combat. May this talisman offer you similar protection.
Thank you.
Study hard.
Interesting. Alright, unfortunately I am going to have to cut the stream there. I unfortunately had something come up, but tomorrow, hopefully, assuming I'm feeling okay, tomorrow we will be continuing on our journey through the Teeth of Naros storyline. And I hope to see you all there. Have a wonderful evening, and I will see you all next time. Goodbye!